So we're moving on to topic 3. So viewers, if this is your first time watching the podcast, whenever I have a guest on for the first time one-on-one, I like to take them to a little lightning round of questions so you kind of get to know them a little bit better. So I'm going to ask Corey a series of questions right now. First thing that pops in his head, he's going to let me know what his answer is. And Corey, anything you want to elaborate on, feel free to. And if not, just keep it as the answer is totally fine. Are you ready, good sir?
I am so ready.
All right. First question. Favorite color?
Blue.
All right. Cats or
Every
dogs?
car I've ever owned.
Oh, okay. Cats or dogs?
Well, I gotta say cats. I have a cat. He's around here somewhere. They're much. They're really not better at anything, but like they're just. It was like so. Okay, so you said that I could elaborate.
Yeah.
And boy, do I have a story.
Strap in, everybody.
So I grew up with 2 dogs and 2 cats. Very even household, and I loved them, all 4 of them. They were great. And I moved out of my apartment after college. I moved out of the house after college, and I just went to a local community college, like I mentioned earlier. So it's not like I went to a dorm or anything cool kids get to do. But so anyway, I move out, and I'm like, man, it's kind of lonely here. At the same time, this girl that I knew from high school that I had a really big crush on in high school, we went to prom together and everything, and we went to college at the same time, and stayed friends and everything. And she had just gotten this really cute cat, and every time when we would talk, I'd be like, that cat's cute. Mm-hmm. And her and her significant other at the time broke up, and she was like, I don't know what to do with this cat. And she was like, do you want this cat? And I was like, yes. And then I was like, ooh, I don't know, do I want a cat? And I had already committed, so it was too late. And so the cat comes in, and he is like the cutest thing of all time, but man, he is a problem. And he is 5 now, and he just continued to be a problem. Like when I would talk to her, she was working 2 jobs, and she was like, he just wakes me up at 4 in the morning every day. And I was like, it's fine, I'll take him. And then lo and behold, at 4 in the morning, this cat is just going bonkers. Not anymore, but some mornings he'll still just go bananas at 4 in the morning like cats do, but not like regular cats. It's I'm going to find something that makes noise, and I'm going to make you wake up. And it's just the worst. And so we have a very antagonistic relationship, but we go out on walks, and he's adorable, but that's all he wants to do is go on walks. And so I'm in the middle of working, and he's again, very adorable. He'll get next to my chair and get on his hind legs and pat my side. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, buddy. I'm busy. And I'll push him off, and he'll be like, meow. He'll make a, sassy meow. And I'm like, oh, back off. And then he gets more aggressive, where it's less of a tap after a little while, and it's more of a slap. And
no.
He's like, Graham, let me outside. And there's never any claws involved. But it's always you can feel the hate behind it, where he's like, I'm getting tired of your shit, Corey. And I'm like, we're not going out, Archer. And so we end up going out. And so, yeah, I love the thing, but he is rough. He is rough.
You have no idea how much I related with that story.
As soon as you started doing the pantomime thing, I'm like, I've never met anybody that knew about it.
My girlfriend moved out here back in August, and her cat as well joined us. And Artemis, yeah, he's great. He's sleeping most of the day, but yeah, when he's in his zone to be crazy, oh, he is crazy, running around, meowing for no reason. And then the going outside, we've done a couple of times just to be like, let's see what he does. So we got his little harness and his little leash, and he'll walk around. He doesn't walk around like a dog will. He'll just we're here, whatever. Just
Archer,
go do
leads
thing.
me around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is amazing. I have never met anybody that's so in step with my cat parenthood. This is amazing.
Yeah, and then like I mentioned before recording, I work nights. So the nights that I have off, I don't switch back to a regular schedule. I'm like, that will be horrible. So I'll stay up all night. So like I said, usually he's sleeping, but occasionally he'll come at some point, go right next to the chair like you said, hello hind legs, and then I just hello, and he'll pat me on the head.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
So yeah, he's great, but yeah, when he's in his mode, it's like, oh my God, stop meowing, please.
Yeah, you're like, shut. I feel so happy about this cat because he was deathly silent. No, well, not deathly. he was very silent when I first got him. Like he never spoke a word. And I inherited him with a squirt bottle, and she was like, just squirt him when he gets out of line. And I quickly found out that's just rude. I don't like doing that because like it makes me feel guilty, and so we got rid of the squirt bottle.
Oh, okay. Quick. We have different mentalities then, because I have joy when I pull this out.
I can't do it. He's so because then he's like looking at me like, I don't know if your cat does this. My cat would be like, I'm gonna face death head on, where he would like look at you, but he like squints.
Yeah, he's like, I know it's coming.
Yeah. This is just turned into a cat podcast, Catcast.
Oh god.
And so yeah, no, it's now he like meows all the time, and it's like I guess it's like people always say it was like, oh, you know, if they'll like reflect their owners, you know, so if you talk to them a lot or whatever, they'll start talking back. I don't know if
Interesting.
That's true, but yeah, he like talks all the time now, and I'm like, yeah, I remember when I first got you and you were like just like completely silent. Now he's just an asshole.
Yeah, one other story I got about him. So Kate brought him out maybe a month before she moved. Like she visited, brought the cat because she thought that would be easier before we fully moved her out. And you mentioned like the 4 a.m. thing. So Artemis, when I was sleeping, for some reason, would go into the kitchen, find a cabinet, and just go, yes! And I'm like coming out, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep, please.
Will he find his rhythm and just go,
yeah, and I'm like, oh no.
I've never met anybody that like this. This is amazing. It's the same thing and he doesn't do it that much anymore, but when he does it, he's in. And it's like riding a bicycle for him. He never forgets. And like I've trained myself now. It's like if I hear that first shing, I'm like my eyes pop open and I'm like, God damn it.
Yep. Alrighty. On to the next question.
Lightning round.
What is your favorite game?
Oh man, I've got to say, I'm gonna say Infamous 2. That's the first ever platinum that I had. I mentioned it earlier. I have a couple of pie in the sky developer studios, and Sucker Punch is definitely one of them because Sucker Punch has not made a game that I didn't like ever. I didn't get to play Sly Cooper as a kid, but I always thought that Sly Cooper was like, because we were like a Ratchet and Clank household.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, Ratchet and Clank, we were like, okay, we're Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter, but like you can't have all three of them in the house, you know? It's like it's bad for business. And so I would always watch my brother play Ratchet and Clank, and like we would play Jack and Daxter, I guess. I can't remember that one as much, but I always like thought like, oh, Sly Cooper looks cool. And so like when I got it way after it released, but that Sly Cooper PS3 collection, I was like, oh, let's give it a try. I freaking love Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, and I have now platinumed every Infamous game. And so it's like, I'll go, and the Sly games are very easy platinums on PS3s as well. And so I was like, oh, I love it. And so I've platted Sly 1 and 2, and I haven't gotten to 3 yet. I play like 1 every like 2 or 3 years, which is a super weird cadence. But and then I went back and got, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter or anything, but they actually retweeted me. And it's funny because like with like Greg and the Kind of Funny guys, I've gotten, you know, used to interaction with them. And so it's like, oh, that's, you know, it's super cool. You know, I'm very thankful like every time that they signal boost me. It's awesome. And it never really gets old to see that retweet. But when I saw Sucker Punch retweeted, I was like, oh, recognition. And yeah, like I went back because I didn't know that they even made this game. It's called Rocket Robot on Wheels, and it's an N64 game, red cartridge. And they made their own 3D platformer in the N64 days. It was published by Ubisoft. And it's so funny because you can see like, oh, okay, yeah, this goes on to be Sly Cooper. There's literally a raccoon that looks just like Sly Cooper in that game.
Okay.
And so it's like, man, I love it so much. And so Infamous 1 I saw in the back of a magazine in Hollywood Video, and I was like, I want this. And so we got it, and it was awesome. And Infamous 2 came out, and I played that the UGCs, the user generated content, over. There had to have been a better way to do this. But like, I just remember playing it for so long, grinding out that last trophy, and I got it, and I was like, this is amazing. But closely tied with Last of Us. But I feel like Last of Us is such a boring answer these days that everybody's gonna throw out Last of Us, and so I've got to be different. I've got to say Infamous 2, which is, in my opinion, like right up there with like Infamous 2, Uncharted 2, and Last of Us.
Cool.
I was a Halo kid, but my top 5 games are like Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, the Sly Cooper games I fell in love with. Those were fantastic.
Oh, they're so good.
And yeah,
so much fun.
Once you get to it, 3 and then eventually 4. Good stuff.
I almost bought 4 during when we all went through the PS3 panic. And con's over. Yeah. I almost was like, oh, I gotta go get it.
Yeah. All right. Favorite movie?
See, now this one's like, when I was a kid growing up, I loved The Warriors.
Okay.
So I would have said The Warriors, but I haven't seen that movie in forever. And for somebody who has a film podcast, I don't really have one. Like, it's so weird. Like, I mean, I guess the Winter Soldier, because I was a Captain America kid growing up, and so like I loved Captain America growing up, but I didn't read Captain America growing up. I was one of those kids.
Mm-hmm.
And although we did get a lot of comics as a kid, so I don't know why I never got a Captain America comic, but I loved Captain America, and the first one was amazing, but my brother had already read Winter Soldier and just hella spoiled it for me before the movie came out. But like, I still absolutely love it. And then especially going on to interview Jeff Ford, it's like, it just adds that extra layer. That was one of the things that I just gushed about with Jeff when I was like, that knife fight between Bucky and Steve, and it's like, yeah, they were working on the choreography for that forever, and it was like, we were talking about it, and it was super cool. So I mean, I guess I would say Winter Soldier.
All right. Favorite type of music?
So I went to, I mean, rock, I guess, is like the safe answer. But these days, I guess like pop punk is the other answer, because I didn't know what the genre was, but I knew the flavor, you know, on Spotify, and
Gotcha.
Spotify was like, hey, you've been listening to a lot of pop punk. Like, hey, do you want to just listen to that? And I was like, it's not pop punk. I don't listen to pop punk. And I clicked on it. I was like, holy shit, I listen to pop punk. And so really, I would say rock, you know, right now, you know, and well, Andy didn't introduce me to Coheed and Cambria, but he's definitely one of the big factors that really got me into Coheed and Cambria. And so I'll like still go back and listen to them a lot. But yeah, I guess pop punk.
All right. Favorite song?
Man, wait, give me like 2
Yeah,
seconds.
you're good.
Tell you, there's one that I've been listening to. So a new Church's song came out. I don't know when, but it's called He Said, She Said. It's pretty good. I've been listening to that a lot. The other one that is really good is called Getting Over It by King Theta. I don't know anything about him. It popped up in my Spotify recommended, and I would be remiss if I didn't say a Dark Halo song. There's 2 A Dark Halo songs that I worked on, and I filmed like the music video for one of them, and did the lyric video for the other. And I am such a horrible coworker that I don't remember their name. But give it. I Revenant.
Okay.
And it's not Starfall. I didn't work on Starfall. Vector Unknown. I Revenant, Vector Unknown. You should all go listen to them. I worked on them. You should all go like them.
All right.
They're also just really good.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Dream job when you were a kid?
Probably either rock star or pro wrestler. I was
Nice.
a big I want to be on a stage kid. So yeah, no, and I still love rock, and I still love pro wrestling. So
Nice.
It works for me.
I see a return episode in the future about the wrestling. Gotcha. If you could have any animal to be a pet, what would you pick?
I don't know if I have that many crazy pet ideas.
Okay.
Like, I feel like a panda would just be a nuisance. Those are the ones that like have all the STDs and stuff, right? Like, no, that's a koala.
Right.
I don't want a koala. I I don't know. I mean, I would just say a cat that behaves well.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good one.
If you could meet one celebrity, alive or dead, regardless of status, tier-wise, whatever, who would it be?
Man, I don't know, because it would be cool to meet like Chris Evans and stuff. Be like, hey man, you did really good Captain America, and you wear sweaters really good. So like that's a bonus. RTX kind of ruined me, because for a long time like those were like the celebrities of like,
right.
Oh, I gotta meet Achievement Hunter, and then but I already met them, and so like I don't know, like I guess I'll say Chris Evans. Like Robert Downey Jr. would be cool. Be like, hey man, you like kickstarted the MCU. That's pretty dope. Like I bet you feel pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I guess Chris, there's probably like an obvious answer that I'm not thinking of, but that or like The Rock. The Rock would be pretty dope. He's probably busy though. I probably only get to meet him for like 5 minutes.
Hi.
Yeah, he's got like a PA walking him around. That's like, all right, Mr. Rockstar, this is Corey Cudney. He used his genie wish to meet you. Like, hey, nice to meet you. There you go.
You look at the genie. What the hell? You didn't say how long.
Shawn Michaels. That's what I'll say.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Which that's a pretty easily attainable one, honestly. Well, not right now, but like I feel like he'd probably frequent like cons and stuff.
Fly to Florida. You can make it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would like to audition for NXT.
There you go.
Then I mean, he can turn me down still, but at least I get to meet him.
Favorite season?
I would have said winter, but there was that storm that just like screwed Texas over.
Yikes.
Man. So I've actually come around on summer. I didn't like used to love the sun, and then like I said earlier, I have been walking and everything, and I'm about to cross the 500-mile mark in the last year.
Nice.
Like crazy. And I mean, I'm still gonna we'll go happy medium and say fall, because you get like the nice cool nights, and you can watch Halloween, and like you can like that's a good mix of the two. I'll say fall.
There you go. Favorite holiday?
Christmas is such a vanilla answer. I guess Christmas.
All right.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, top tier shit right there. That's amazing. I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'll say Christmas.
All right. Almost done. What is a skill you wish you could have?
I mean, I guess I can turn it around to what we said earlier and say like easily like approaching people.
Okay.
Like striking up conversations, I guess. That's a pretty good skill.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once you twist my arm and get me in the conversation, I feel like I can work with what I've got.
Yeah.
But like starting the conversation is the issue, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, and then last question: what is a game that you would recommend I play?
Oh shoot. I'm trying to think of one that's not like blatantly obvious, because there's like the obvious ones. It's like A Link Between Worlds I played earlier this year and loved it.
Okay.
I played this earlier today and I actually really like it. It's called Hot Shot Racing. It's made by Sumo Digital and stuff. It's on Xbox Game Pass, and it's very reminiscent of the old arcade racers.
Okay.
And I say old arcade racers, but like I just go to a movie theater and they're sitting there and they all have that really cheesy, it's like get started a race, like that, like really cheesy VO in there, but they like nail it, and it's got like the polygonal style, and it's all based on drifting. And so it's like, as somebody who doesn't play racing games, I play Forza Horizon games. Like that's the extent of my racing game. That's probably the one that I'd recommend right now, because you can pick it up and play it and just play like a couple of races and you're golden.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, a.k.a. Enigma911, and today I was joined by Corey, a.k.a. Corey Cudney. Thank you so much, Corey, for being on the podcast today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. I didn't know what to expect. And I went in blind. I normally like to do homework, but I went in blind. And it was fun.
Well, good.
I had a fantastic time.
Good. I'm glad. We'll definitely have to get you back on at some point, talk wrestling or whatever else.
I am 100% ready to talk about wrestling.
Nice. Remember, chat, you guys can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every other Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join the chat like Papa Griff and Lady Wonderland and Jeff Reg did today, if you'd like to. If you can't catch it live, you can always catch it over on YouTube and SoundCloud the very next week, where it's posted out topic by topic and is one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. And last but not least, #ad merch store. Get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand. Support us. It would be greatly appreciated. Corey, once again, thank you very much, good sir, for being on the podcast today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chat, listeners, viewers, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for doing your thing. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.